grew up in Beirut. And the first time I was so bored was in 1958. I was a teenager. And all of a sudden I see all these guerrilla putting barricades near our house. Never seen anything like this. And the schools were shut down, so there was nothing to do. And all these children, what they were doing, were watching actually people fighting and machine gun. And then a year or two later, I went to England. I chose England for my interest in English culture. Later on, I enrolled at the London Polytechnic with the idea of studying architecture fascinated me. I wanted to do this, I wanted to change various concepts that I had in my head. But then living in England also provided me wonderful access to so many museums, and also so much proximity, which I used to visit Paris and other European cities. And this is where my leaning toward the art became much stronger. And I could now use whatever talent I had as a child to actually put on paper images that were occupying my head all the time. Sometimes I see so many images at night, so many images during the day, so many images whenever I'm walking. And it was like a heavy load that I wanted to release them. And then when I found out that I could do this by drawing, by making work, it made, but it also created a certain sense of privacy and isolation, because I wanted to do this on my own. Anyway, having spent this period in England, which was until about 5 years, from 61 to around 66, I traveled in Europe and then went back to Lebanon. And then the relationship with the United States, with my family, is very strong because my father and both my father and grandfather were early immigrants to the United States. My grandfather lived in Virginia and died in Virginia, whereas my father went to Mexico, where he established a business. He became very successful and turned his success to dedication to the poor. He was in Mexico during the revolutionary period in the 20s and 30s. And when I came to New York, I went enrolled at New York University. I still continued my study in philosophy and political science and art history. And then I went to Art Student League and other art schools. But I was too impatient to sit through a long program. And early in the 70s, we had the war in Vietnam. The Vietnam War dominated the atmosphere in New York in a way that was absolutely incredible. Very strong. The university was literally shut down because of so many citizens and so many administrations. And this brought back memory to this early days when the same thing happened, except there was a civil war that shut down the school for a year, leaving the children without schooling, without doing anything. My first exhibition was in 1971. And this is where I had continuous open studio at that time. A series of exhibitions were held in New York until I lost my studio. My studio was seized, all of my work was seized, they were placed in stores, and I lost everything. It was a devastating, a terrible experience to me. Because I lost almost more than 10 years' work, everything I had done. Why? Because all of this time I am painting, I'm working, and the reaction to those paintings from the war, which were called apocalyptic type of work, on large scale, with such very strong color, very strong expression. The guest of honor at my exhibition was no other than Alfred Barr, who was the first director of the Museum of Modern Art, and then were also present Henry Getzhaber, the curator of the Metropolitan Museum. So even those people themselves had warned me that my work has foreign expressions. And the commercial art dealers told me that since in the United States we never had any war here, this would not be acceptable. You know, it's not going to be viable, in other words, commercially viable to sell and attract people. So I decided to take my work directly to the people. And I went on a tour. I took my work on a big van, big truck, put all my work, went south, without knowing where I went. But I would stop at almost every college, every university, if they allowed me to have the gallery, whatever they used the gallery, I would exhibit. This took me all the way to New Orleans. And later back to Atlanta. Atlanta, I found a place. And then where do I go from there? Venezuela came into being. So I thought, I decided, no, I will go first to Venezuela. And this was in '83. You know, to move large-scale painting, because it was okay here. Since I started working this work in Europe, I called them mobile murals because of their size. So I rolled them up in very long tube and went to Venezuela and held my exhibition in Maracay. And then came to Caracas and held another larger exhibition which was called Apocalypse. And this went on. I was going to Venezuela and showing throughout the 80s and 90s, almost every year or two, and continue this tour. And later, through Venezuela, I was able to travel to Latin America and take my work all the way to Brazil, Buenos Aires, Argentina, Ecuador, Peru, Mexico, and then to Europe, especially the Scandinavian countries I exhibited. And during the first Gulf War against Iraq, I went to